pose as your ally. You merely adopted the dark. I was born in it.
Hello everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today we're doing something a little different. We're taking the Class 66 out on a test run along the San Bernardino line, beginning just outside Los Angeles Union Station and finishing just outside San Bernardino. The purpose of today's run is to test the locomotive following maintenance, ensuring that all of its major systems are operating correctly before it's returned to the UK for regular freight service. We'll be checking acceleration, braking performance, handling, and overall locomotive performance across a variety of gradients. If you enjoy realistic train sim world operations, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe, and let's get underway. Although the Class 66 is best known for operating freight trains across Britain and Europe, many people don't realise that it's actually an American-built locomotive. Every Class 66 was manufactured by Electromotive Diesel, better known as EMD, at its factory in London, Ontario, Canada. The design is heavily based on the successful American EMD-SD 42, one of the most reliable freight locomotives ever produced. The main difference is that the Class 66 was modified to meet the UK's smaller loading gauge, European signalling systems and emission requirements while retaining the proven EMD engineering underneath. Acceleration is gentle to begin with as we allow the locomotive to warm through while monitoring all of the gauges. Everything appears normal so far. Oil pressure, air pressure, temperatures and traction performance are exactly where we'd expect them to be after maintenance. One of the biggest strengths of EMD locomotives has always been reliability. Many have spent decades hauling freight across North America in some of the toughest operating conditions imaginable. Cajon Pass today also gives us a great opportunity to compare the Class 66 with some of its larger American relatives. The closest comparison is probably the EMD-SD 70 family. Both locomotives share the same EMD design philosophy, including AC/DC traction technology depending on the variant, robust electrical systems and a focus on reliability. However, the SD70 is significantly larger. A typical Class 66 produces around 3,000 horsepower, whereas many SD70 variants produce between 4,000 and 4,500 horsepower. That extra power makes the SD70 much better suited to hauling the enormous freight trains commonly seen here in North America. The reason the Class 66 became such a success is actually quite simple. It wasn't the most powerful locomotive available, it wasn't the most technologically advanced either. Instead, it offered something operators valued even more: exceptional reliability and relatively low operating costs. Since entering service in the late 1990s, hundreds have been delivered across the United Kingdom and mainland Europe, where they continue to haul everything from intermodal containers and aggregates to steel and petroleum products. Powering the Class 66 is the famous EMD 12N710G3BT2 diesel engine. This is a 12-cylinder, two-stroke diesel engine producing around 3,000 horsepower. Many larger American locomotives use 16-cylinder versions of the same 710 engine family, producing considerably more power. One of the most recognisable features of any EMD locomotive is its distinctive engine sound, which railway enthusiasts all over the world immediately recognise. And that's the end of today's Class 66 test run here on the San Bernardino line. It's always interesting bringing one of Britain's best known freight locomotives onto an American route, especially considering the locomotive's North American heritage. Although it now spends most of its life hauling freight across Britain and Europe, its engineering roots are firmly based in North America, sharing DNA with famous EMD locomotives such as the SD40-2, SD70MAC and SD70ACE. I hope you've enjoyed this realistic test drive. If you did, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe to the channel and let me know in the comments which locomotive you'd like me to test next. Thanks for watching and I'll see you in the next video.